Good morning, Samoa, and welcome to Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 4, Episode 10, Old Friends, New Palettes. New palettes? New planets. Where today, yes, as Alex is attempting to explain, we're watching some pugs, and they've been quiet all day, but now the quiet one has decided to be loud. So you might hear pugs. Yeah, well, they can hear it. Yeah.
Rollo, and if you hear, that would be Penny Lane.
Don't encourage them. But yeah, this episode, my thematic predictions didn't come true. That is not too surprising. However, I do find it funny that I'm going to assume they brought back the original voice actor for the lady whose name I can never remember anyway, as well as just getting Will Wheaton, because I guess he's standing around for a little cameo. And now we know why Lower Decks was fighting for Will Wheaton a little bit ago. Rollo, if you're gonna be loud, can you be loud over there? Yeah, that's right, over there. Now they've been away from the mic the whole day. Look, next week, we should be able to start moving away from this living room. But yes, this episode, I loved it. I think it was one of... I forgot this was one of the things I was going to check. But I think it was probably one of the best finales in a good while from Star Trek. Probably at least off the top of my head. No, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the conclusion of Mariner's arc. I enjoyed the story itself. I enjoyed how they kind of handled a lot of stuff that was previously in the season, from the jokes to the Orion stuff. If I have a complaint, I mean, we'll get to that later, but it's mine. If I have a complaint, it's about next season, which, you know, that says something. But yeah, nope. I loved it. Is there anything
Just get closer to the mic, Rollo. That's totally helping the situation.
Go over there.
Come here, Rolls. Come here, Mr. Rolls.
Okay, I know I'm talking to nothing, but go over there. I don't know if there's anything more. I might just go straight into the scene by scene. Jack Slaw, well, they left on some real change. All right, let's address the elephant in the room real quick. There we go. That's exactly the frame I want.
Cindy looks like she's leaving.
So, Lower Decks has shot itself in the foot time and time again. I've criticized for it. I don't care at all about this development, and you want to know why?
Why is Tindy leaving?
You want to know why? Lower Decks has consistently shown that it likes to end seasons on major changes and then resolve them instantly. I have absolute faith that by the end of episode 2, maybe episode 3, Tindy's going to be back.
She better.
Season 1 ended with Boimler getting promoted, going to the Titan, and leaving the Cerritos. Episode 1, we briefly saw him. Episode 2, he wasn't in it. Episode 3, he got booted back to the Cerritos and demoted. Also, end of Season 1, they killed Shax, only to bring him back a few episodes later with literally no explanation as a joke. Season 2... Or was this also Season 1? I don't remember. At some point, Rutherford lost his memory. I don't think that ever really came up again. Season 2 ended with Captain Freeman being arrested. By the end of Episode 1, she was just released because she was innocent, which was the, albeit comedic, yet obvious route that I predicted from day one. That also, near the end of, what was it, last season, we had Mariner quit Starfleet for an episode. Lower Decks does not want to change its status quo. Like, it gave everyone its promotion simultaneously. Tindy, honestly, we might see a bit of Tindy episode 1. Might not be in episode 2. Episode 3, it will resolve it. I mean, they did this with Boimler. Also, yeah, Tindy's just too popular. Like, we'll see her. Don't think he'll just show up one day being, it didn't work out. We're gonna see her, like, on Orion. doing some stuff with Derica. Derica? Daerica. Daerica. Devana Daerica. There we go. With Daerica. But, yeah, no, Lower Decks likes to make big sweeping changes and then revert them instantly. So this had no weight. This is a scene of Tindy leaving the ship in tears, and it had no emotional weight. I like Tindy, but yeah, this is my complaint. Because Lower Decks just has shown how it resolves big changes like this, is it very quickly goes back to the status quo. And so, that's what I expect. I mean, if we're like a ways into season 5 and it's actually doing serious things, then okay, I might start to care. But to me, this is nothing. This is a change for 2, maybe 3 episodes. But yeah, I mean, that's my complaint. There we go. We got the elephant in the room out of the way, and it is a shame, cause like I care about these characters a lot more. Strange New Worlds did something similar. And I couldn't care less. I don't even remember who is with the Gorn. Not Chapel. You've got the security lady, Leon. Yeah, God, I don't even know their names confidently. I think Mbanga's on the ship, and I think there's someone else. I genuinely don't know who is... Can someone actually remind me who the hell is on the Gorn ship in Stranger New World? But also, I was just thinking Best of Both Worlds did it better.
Got the best of both
But,
worlds.
what is the Best of Both Worlds? I've never really understood that
Montana?
No, the title. Like, what are the both worlds and what's the best? I've never really understood that title. But yeah, what's the best of the Borg? I don't understand. But anyway, yeah, like, it really could get me to care, but especially with this being across a season gap. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'd care more if it was in the middle. Because we seem to be doing more. I don't know, it's just, that's what it is to me. That sounds like a lot of faith. Like, I was actually kind of surprised when everyone got promoted and it stuck that way. But also, they only got promoted because we had just hit the part of the story where it was becoming unbelievable that no one was being promoted. I'd said that before, like, if they waited any longer, it would have crossed a line. But yeah, no, she'll be back. Because, look, I mean, Boimler died this season, and he's right there. Rutherford lost his memory. Like, she'll be back.
She's the only character who's green.
Well, not anymore. She's got her sister now. And, like, her whole race was in this season.
She'll be back.
And there's Miggly Moo. He's a bird. He was in this episode.
There's a bird person as well.
Hang on, just for Alex. I know the frame I want. Here we go. There we go.
Starship's right. Empire's fall.
That was like the one broadcasted joke they had. But no, let's go into the positives. We've talked about... I mean, let me say, I think it's interesting. I think it's going to be interesting watching Tindy on Orion. I think they're going to do interesting things for the 3 episodes she's there.
No, you think they're going to give her 3?
Well, yes, but she's not going to be in all 3 episodes. Like, 3 at best. I'm going to be so smug if, like, Season 5 is the same thing they do with Boimler. It's exactly what I said. Like, ending credits of Episode 1, or, like, the ending scene is, like, Tindy kicking ass. We don't see her Season 2. Season 3 is just focused on Orion, then she comes back. Like, the other option, I think if they want to make this have more weight, I don't think it's going to last more than a season. But what they'd ever do is, for some reason, Orion is more important to the story. And so Tindy, on an Orion ship, has to work with the Cerritos.
Oh, why is she crying? Nathan!
You know, she has to work with the Cerritos. And so that's how you introduce her to the story. You can still do different things with the character because of the setting she's in, but you keep her in the story as kind of the main cast. Those are the 2 options. but I think they're gonna go for the reset.
Penny Lane.
Okay, now we've covered Tindy. Who on this list? Yeah, they didn't get Seven. They didn't get Riker.
Beverly
They didn't
Crusher.
get Crusher, but they somehow got Will Wheaton, who was doing something. I don't know. I mean, Will Wheaton would come in to just record something like that. Oh my gosh, look, they got a Boothby as well.
How audible are the pugs to chat?
Not as audible as you're singing to the pugs over my trying to talk.
You're welcome.
I'm looking forward to moving into that office downstairs. I love the Academy. The same shot. I love with Lower Decks.
This is the Academy?
Lower Decks, unless it's an alien planet, really holds itself to the constraints of live action. Oh yeah, you haven't seen this shot of the Academy yet.
I expected it to be grander.
So this is the one shot of the Academy that they always do. And actually,
Unless, like, a modernist
hang on.
Oh no, I expected the Academy to be its own planet or something.
No, it's in San Francisco.
I don't like it.
I think
It just looks like a stadium
Hang
that
on.
was converted into an academy.
is that a false memory?
Like a college campus.
I swear, someone tell me if I'm going crazy. I swear that the way people are walking, or the way they always have people walk on this one shot of Starfleet Academy they reused. But yeah, there's the Golden Gate Bridge.
Even with the gardener.
No, that's a reference. There's the Golden Gate Bridge. Starfleet Academy is on one side, and Starfleet Headquarters is on the other, where I think there's a prison
It just looks
nowadays.
like a stadium you converted into a college campus.
It is a college campus.
Yeah, but I don't like it.
I like Starfleet Academy. It's so green.
I mean, I like all the nature, but I don't like the building architecture.
That's because it's like some convention center or something. I don't remember.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like,
It looks like
Yeah.
something that'd be built like today.
well, it was
not
the
in
80s.
future.
But no, that's what I'm saying is, I love how Lower Decks constrains itself, so this really feels like Starfleet Academy. They could have done anything, but they did the one shot of Starfleet Academy that, like, you always see, because that's what they did in the classic shows, because that's just the shot they had. They didn't have the budget to go do other shots. But, even the attention to detail. Well, I'm going to assume, I know these two are the original actors. That's quite distinctive. But I'm going to assume they're the original. I just like the, the attention to detail. I like the scenes. I think this whole episode was really well constructed.
Oh, wait, why
Oh
are
my
they
gosh.
in, like, set uniforms if they're dressed in the academy?
These are the Academy... Wait, no, they're not. Hang on a second.
Like,
Are those the Academy uniforms? Give me a sec.
isn't the academy uniform like something Wesley wears?
It changes, but hang on. This is from a specific episode. Nova Squad. You might want to look away from this monitor for a sec. Oh no, that is the right uniform. Okay,
But they look just like
they're not.
like
They're not.
like
Alex, it's my stream. This is gonna be a much longer.
I'm making
Review,
new
isn't it?
content. It's fine.
I also noticed that the 30-minute runtime. I'm pretty sure we stole.
5 seconds.
I'm pretty sure we stole some of those minutes from the those scenes in that robot like prison yard where it was a bunch of static robots that were easy to quote unquote animate. But no, I think this whole getting back to the point before I was so rudely interrupted. I thought just the flow of the episode was really good. I think these little scenes in this background on Mariner and these characters are going to add to the TNG episode Lower Decks. I think, just the whole time. There was a little bit I'll get to where I kind of like got out of it a bit. I was like, well, hang on, what exactly is happening here? But other than that, which was resolved, by the way, I think this was just, is this the best episode of the season? I'd have to look at a list, but it's definitely going to be up there. And I love young first-year Mariner who's
Cute.
super nerdy, super excited about, like,
Life.
what was it, Xeno history or Xeno archaeology? What? Like, she's a Starfleet officer who's so happy to be at the academy fulfilling a dream, just like the amazing friend she looks up to all the time. Yeah. Like, I really like this whole opening scene. The attention to detail, the actors they brought back.
I like how fuzzy all the lighting in the background looks.
I like that it's the same shot of the academy, but because it's animated, they just brought up the greenery. They made it look a lot more lush. Because I don't know if it's the colors or the definition, like standard definition of the old shows, but this is so much more lush than the academy is in live action.
Who's a silly puppy?
And yeah, they did have the joke about how Tom Paris looks exactly like Nick. Swap that, but I guess it's technically true.
Nick looks exactly like Tom Paris. Who's Tom Paris?
You haven't met him. Tom Paris is this guy, but just with a different name. You haven't met this guy either.
Okay.
Alex is still on. What are you on? You just did the one where Worf got kicked out of the Klingon Empire.
Oh, meanwhile, I'm still traumatized from the whole
Lol
incident.
Yep, I don't remember what there. This was the bit that kind of like I love Lower Decks for the ideas. Where I got the sense from what like the Ferengi were saying, especially, that this was kind of a group of independent starships, but essentially they'll like defend each other. I thought first maybe this was some sort of mercenary fleet, but it seems like they're just gonna kind of do whatever the heck they want. And the reason that stops, like, at least in theory, like Starfleet or any sort of police from just destroying them, is the fact that they'll all back up each other. Which I really...
So it's like what started the Trojan War, where it's just like, oh, you'll have to back up whoever Helen of Troy marries if somebody tries to steal Helen of Troy.
I really like the concept of that is like an antagonist, or rather just a force that exists in the Star Trek world. We haven't really had that. And I know the Maquis were referenced. And like, conceptually, that's kind of similar. Is they're an independent fleet. That was kind of the point that was being made there. But they were a terrorist organization with a specific, singular, unified goal. Whereas this, Nova Fleet, which, by the way, I forgot before I was interrupted again. What I was going to point out is what Wesley had on his pad here was the little Nova Fleet symbol they've got, which might actually have been in, like, the episode Lower Decks. I'm not remembering it, but whatever. I like that as an antagonist that doesn't really have a goal. They're not necessarily pirates. Like, some of the ships would probably act like pirates, but I liked that as a concept. The kind of disjointed, there's not a unified goal, but there's a sort of unified force. And the only kind of complaint I've had about the plot of this episode is later on when everybody except Nick bails on the situation because Starfleet manages to get a single shuttle through the invincible shield they have by sacrificing a massive battleship. How'd they get out, by the way? I realized the reason that happened, that didn't make a lot of sense to me. The reason they did that is because you're going to have this as a force that exists in the galaxy in future seasons. So I think they're going to develop it. And so we're kind of, it's a bit having your cake and eating it too. Like, we got to defeat Nick because I guess Robert Duncan McNeil is too expensive. I don't know. But you want Nova Fleet? Yeah. I mean, the Nova Fleet is structured to be something that can exist entirely without Nick. But, it's also an excuse, I guess, to get some, like, nice, fun little legacy starships out on the scene. There's no red paint on this ship, even though there should be in this scene. But, yeah, I'm glad, like, it could have been done neater, but I'm glad that it looks like we're going to get this force in the Starfleet universe, for as long as they make Lower Decks. I guess Prodigy's not going to show it up, but, yeah, I like this thing we've introduced. As I said, Lower Decks comes up with so many great ideas and perspectives on things in the Star Trek universe. Can we get McMahon now instead of Kurtzman? Like, I want those ideas like everywhere. I don't want them just confined to Lower Decks. But there we go. Oh my gosh, and I've remembered, guess what? In a year, we get someone else added to this ridiculous, ever-escalating battle. These guys don't even exist anymore. But hey, yeah, see? There's Starfleet headquarters right on the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge. But yeah, moving forward, there's probably a good amount of reference. What is that? I think I have a model of that. That's not Hirogen, is it? What the hell is that thing at the bottom? We had a Futurama ship a few episodes ago that I completely failed to point out in the live stream. I got upset about that. Actually, no, kudos to Lower Decks, because you got the little triangle ship that they use all the time. And you've got the races we saw, the Ferengi, the Klingons, the Romulans. But other than that, this isn't really reference-festy. Is that the Futurama ship? I don't recognize it when it's not the colors. But, yeah, kudos to them. They've got some original designs, or at least designs I do not immediately recognize. This ship feels very TARDIS-y, Nick's ship. Not in design, although from what I've seen of the new TARDIS, it actually does look a lot like how the new TARDIS is going to look. But it feels bigger on the inside. Like, is that just me? I think it's probably the outer design makes it look a lot smaller than it actually is. It sounds like it's like the mic is in the dog's mouth. Yeah, that's a good amount of background noise I'm seeing on that audio spike. I can't do anything about both of the pugs just breathing.
I mean, you can, but me and my parents would be very upset with you if you did the thing that would stop it.
Our ancestors decided to breed animals that can't breathe, and look, you've got a choice: this or no review.
They just tell you to stop the lecture.
If you want no review, feel free to not watch, but after Monday, I can start moving into a proper office that, thank God, just won't have any background noise, and get back into videos.
80% less Alex interrupting.
It will have significantly less Alex interrupting, yes.
Which I argue will make the streams worse, because I feel like there's a good 10% of you that just want to see how I derail the stream.
Going on. I've just realized, well, not only is this episode, resolving a lot of in the previous season, this season, and tying it in, it's also simultaneously set up for the next season, because you have to go to the Orions, and you need a reason to get Tindy back with Dereka. God dang it. I'm gonna struggle with that one so hard. Devana, Dereka.
Nirvana?
Dereka. Don't condense it. Dereka. It's the A sound. Dereka. You need an A.
Yeah.
Dereka. But it's like super... It's super not there. Dereka. You need to like say the A without saying it. Dereka. Not Dereka, Dereka.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like you sneeze at the very beginning. Dereka.
Next time on Star Trek Lower Decks, just a lot of that. Yeah. going for... I'm wondering, was the Genesis device always that phallic, or is it just this one in particular? I think it is smaller than the last Genesis device. Come on, surely I'm going to have a lot to say. I'm finding there's not a lot of scene-by-scene stuff to say, and I don't know why. I mean, I thought I like this. I thought it was cute that Mariner basically treated the Genesis device as the number one. I actually thought, here's the interesting thing about Lower Decks, is I have no faith whatsoever that Tindy leaving the ship is permanent. I actually thought it got me to believe that they might kill off Mariner with the Genesis device. It actually felt like a bit of a cop-out when they beamed her out. I know I've said Lower Decks is the story of Mariner. Without Mariner, you don't really have much of a driver for Lower Decks. But it was such a good conclusion to her arc. Like, that was the moment she'd accepted, I guess, properly being a part of Starfleet. None of that self-sabotage, none of anything else. And sacrificing herself in much the same way that, it's not Sato. I would have remembered Sato, right? That's like Hoshi. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to... Should have done this earlier. Oh good, I have Memory Alpha open already. Look at that. Do. Star... station, star chat. What is the name of the Bajoran girl? Sito, there we go. Sito, like keto. There we go. We can hopefully remember that. Yeah, sacrificing herself in kind of the same way that Sito did. It felt like a very neat conclusion. And you know, that's good, that you can actually get me to believe that you might kill off a main character, the main character of your show. Something I don't think any Star Trek has done permanently. No. Well, I don't think Hollow Janeway was a main character. But yeah, I'm also amazed, by the way, how little of this episode I got spoiled, especially with, like, Tindy leaving, which should have been all over the news. I knew the name of this ship, and I saw a picture of Mariner sitting in the captain's chair by herself. And I heard Nova Fleet, and that didn't connect it to Nova Squadron. I was amazed. Usually I see a tad bit more. But I got nothing this episode, which I was very happy about. And yeah, of course, very nice to see. I was going to say these older designs, but this is more, still newer. This is pretty cutting edge, like late 24th century. We really are in like the age of the steam runners and stuff like that, even though we don't really see them a lot, which is interesting to think about. We could do with more. I think we could do with more of that, like, Dominion War era fleet in Lower Decks. I guess they did provide an explanation for why we never see the Trinar shield in future seasons. Yeah, screw it. That's the frame I'm gonna go with. It's so hard getting the right one. I hope with Netflix that's so much better when I review Prodigy. But yeah, because it was actually pretty bad and, like, not that difficult to bypass. But hey, at least having 3 binars, they finally addressed that that's kind of weird. Or, like, antithetical to the binars themselves. Yeah. This was the only thing that I think was super broadcasted, besides the fact that Tindy's gonna return, is who in this lineup would be the funniest thing to choose as your champion. Yeah, it's Miggly Moo. Like, he's even distracted and eating things because he knows he's not going to fight. Of course Miggly Moo is going to be the one to fight. Yeah, that one felt a little obvious. I guess we'll get back to the Miggly Moo fight. But no, well, screw it. I'll skip ahead. I like the resolution. You know, they justified it. They did it well. I just feel I wish it was kind of brought up that fight was very clearly a draw, and where the hell is it? There we go. They didn't even like attempt to say, you can't just declare that your side won. That was a draw. Because all you'd have to do is have her say, actually, is the ruler of Orion, by law, or ancient tradition or whatever, I actually can. Like, it was weird that no one stood up and they just all accepted that Miggly Moo lost when, I don't know, I think it was a draw, but if anything, Miggly Moo won. Where the hell am I? Yeah, here's the interesting bit is, you know, Starfleet was all uppity about stopping Nick, but I kind of, when I first heard that, I'm like, you know why? Like, they have a Genesis device, which is scary, but like, I don't know, the Romulans and Klingons are kind of scary. We don't just go take them out. Like, I thought they might be a mercenary fleet at first, which isn't inherently bad. But that was more just not understanding what they were. But I guess Starfleet doesn't understand what they are. Like, they didn't really... Nick's message wasn't super clear on that. But, like, slowly over time, the episode did more and more for me to go, like, yeah, this is actually something that probably should be stopped. Like, this band of essentially pirates. I know not really. But, also when you consider that, yes, they have actually stolen all of these ships. Like, this is a Federation Steamrunner class. The Federation probably would like it back. I wonder how we are piloting these ships. I guess, what, fleet formation is like 20 years out? We had a Prometheus. We're probably at about the time you can just have pretty automated ships if you wanted to. Yeah, the Protostar is now, actually. It's like, well, it's from the future. Now? No, it's from now. So yeah, no, I guess you can have automated ships. It just feels kind of weird to see like a steam runner that's flown by literally one person. Or for that matter, especially Romulans, who aren't really supposed to do AI, that all of these major ships from all of these races actually can be piloted by one person with some modifications. Moving on, we discussed this scene already. Yeah, like, already with here, where Tindy was like, I'll go with you if you give us the battleship. I'm like, yeah, I don't care, because by episode 2 or 3 of next season, you'll be back. You know, they just don't shake up the status quo. What else we got? I thought the callback to the Mark Twain stuff was kind of fun. Like, it was a bit harmless. Not as harmless is actually the ship that would take months to bring back online. We can bring up enough just instantly. Never mind. I've just realized their plan was to ram the dead ship into the shield. They didn't have to bring it online. I wonder how they got it there. Maybe they brought warp up a little bit. Or maybe you could extend the suite. I don't know. They didn't put the technobabble in. They glossed over the technobabble. But yeah. Going on. More starship spotting, which is just there's some Hideki classes, or however the hell you pronounce that. I don't know, the Cardassian, Hideki. I don't know. It's been too long since I've watched Deep Space Nine. This ship looks kind of familiar. I don't know if it's just based on some Orion things. I was wondering, is it Osira's ship? Star Trek. Probably not exactly Osira ship, because that's like 800 years difference in tech. Like, there's 3 rows of Google results for Osira's ship. None of them are Osira's ship, and not all of them are even Osira.
And only half of them are ships.
What? Star Trek Osiris ship. Did I oh, I spelled it wrong. There we go. I'm like, what are these Google results? Osiris. It kind of knew what I was talking about. There we go. Not really. Boop, boop. Not printed. Come on. Oh my god, come on. Hello, OBS? There we go. Yeah, not really. That's memory alpha. Not really. This actually looks really small. It's kind of, this one feels kind of Hirogen also, which is weird. I guess they know about the Hirogen, but I don't know why the Orions would make a Hirogen-esque ship. We did get the captain's yacht, which, yeah... Is this the first time we've actually seen a captain's yacht? It's not the first time it's been referenced. I think... Did Rutherford take the captain's yacht in the finale of Season 1? Oh my god, well, I'll tell you what, it's not on screen for long. Let me get it up. Doop. Where is it? Oh yeah, did anyone else think they just casually, like, murdered Freeman? It's like, why was Freeman on the ship? Because it clearly didn't survive. There we go, here we go. Yeah, look, talk about the limitations of, practical filming. They just blurred and shaky cammed that zoom in, because that's what it would be like. Yeah, it looks, there's another ship in the Nova fleet that looks like it's got that armor that Voyager has in Endgame, the like future Voyager shuttle, which, yeah, I mean, Starfleet has to develop that in sometime in the next decade. It looks kind of like something that would come out of the Enterprise E. I don't know where they're keeping this Captain Shuttle. Maybe in the shuttle bay, because it's not like under the saucer section. But oh, by the way, has anyone else noticed, for whatever reason, the internet is perfectly behaving today? Yeah, I don't know either. It's been a very consistent upload speed that's just not had any issues. So yay. I don't understand. It's raining and cloudy outside. Pesario, I don't know the reference. I don't get it. We had that bit. I do like the paywall on a bomb. But wow, I actually surprisingly did not have too much to talk about in this episode in terms of the scene by scenes. I just thought it was very enjoyable. Yeah. That, I think it was the best finale. Oh yeah, Strange and Worlds at the Going. Prodigy was good. But a lot of their finale was just kind of like, we got home, yay, let's lay back for a bit. I just remember the Voyager A. Yeah, never mind. I'd rather not think about Prodigy. The Voyager A is fine. It's not my cup of tea. But just like, what if we had the Voyager, but like Proto-Star-y, and it's not my cup of tea. I much prefer the B. And actually, the Pathfinder is like a direct sequel to the not Inquiry. What is it? Voyager. Oh my god, what's Voyager's class? It's not Inquiry, that's the Zheng-He. Intrepid, there we go.
I was gonna say English.
English class, that would be an interesting one. It'd have to be in lower decks, and it'd have to be super posh, like that Renaissance ship that Billups is from.
Thank you for listening to my joke.
USS English, I don't know about that one.
It could be art class as well.
The USS Art? Oh, subject matter, I see.
Now you get my joke.
This bit was interesting, actually, with Tindy's, like, you can do this at the end. Copyright, hang on. Because she very much goes, like, what's her expression? This. Like, she goes a bit of a smile and gets those, like, I kind of want to call it evil, but not. Like, she looks like she's ready to go full-on Orion pirate mode. like put on the face of what the hell is it? Divana something, Empress of the Winter Star, yada yada. It gets longer every time, which, by God, with the amount of Orions that are going to be in Season 5, it's going to get a really long title. I really hope her Memory Alpha page at the top just has her full title, even though I know it's not going to. But honestly, this, like, frame was the most interesting and intriguing bit about the entire arc. Because that tells me they're actually going to do, like, properly different stuff with Tindy. I mean, she's still gonna be like Tindy, but, she's gonna be doing, like, Orion piratey badass stuff. It's not just gonna be, like, she's on a different ship. And, of course, it's all gonna be character work. Like, we have to get her on the ship, Zephyros back, which necessitates character work, but that's where Lower Decks is its strongest. So I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with Tindy and Erica, but she's coming back to the ship. I mean, she just is. It's gonna be real unfortunate if Paramount goes out of business or Lower Decks gets canceled before that point. I checked Memory Alpha. Season 5 premiere date is December 1st, 2024, which means they don't know when it is, but they think it's next year. I don't know if it's confirmed for next year, but yeah, when Lower Decks doesn't know, it just does, like, December 1st of year. Or, like, the first of a month for all the episodes. But, yeah, so it will be interesting. And we'll probably have to force Talin into the roles that Divana would have played for the first 3 episodes of Season 5 till Tindy comes back, and then... I need a cheat sheet of these names. I said it. I just said it. Talin. See, and now I've forgotten the point. Oh, yeah, but I think after Tindy comes back, I feel Talin is going to become, like, kind of useless. Like, whatever the heck the Temerian's name is. Kayshawn. There we go. I actually know that one. But, yeah. This is interesting. This would be a great thumbnail if I actually had better thumbnails. I'm going to have to work on that for Doctor Who. But, just to round off that this season gave you all of the Tindy thumbnails. Tindy facial expressions. Yeah, am I done with the episode review already? I mean, it was 42 minutes with a lot of Alex interruptions, but, chat hasn't brought up anything. I might be done discussing the episode. Tindy was great in this episode, by the way, though. Like, if this is a sign of things to come, she was really good in this episode. And yeah, still felt like Tindy, especially knowing everything we do about her background, and her place in the Tindy family, I suppose. Well, I can't keep calling her Tindy. We're going to have to go to Divana, because there's going to be 2 Tindys in the show now. Well, multiple Tindys, but, Divana to Erica. I'll practice to Erica. No, I won't. But, yeah, looking forward, I'm hoping to get moved in at least enough to do some recording of, episodes next week, decouple my computer from this TV so I can have a proper office space to edit and work on videos. Next week, where is my phone with my calendar? Give me one moment. Hi, pugs. You being loud? Actually, they're being quiet. This is what I went to sleep to, was like the start of the stream. And when I say went to sleep, I mean, this is what I laid in bed to all night. Next week, I am probably not doing a watch-along. For reasons that will become apparent. But, yeah, it'd be Charlie X if I did it. I don't have a particular desire to watch Charlie X. The only reason I might do it is the episode after is Balance of Terror. So that means the next time I do watch-alongs is Balance of Terror, which, you know, people might actually show up for. That's a big one.
But you can't do it 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. the reason I'm not doing it, probably not next week, is in part for a break and to get like video production ramping up again. But the Saturday after, we are getting a new puppy. We gotta go to like another town, like a several-hour drive. So I'm gonna be busy all that day, and then Sunday probably busy with just having the new puppy. So I can't do one that week. And that kind of means there's just one awkward week where I'd be doing a watch along, and that just feels weird. Like, it's probably best for me to just not do it, take a bit of a break, especially with a big gap between this and presumably Prodigy. Videos are going to be more important, so I want to get those kind of going. After the 18th will be the 25th, and then on the 25th, the 2nd, and the... Actually, hang on. On the... the 25th, the 2nd, and the 9th, that series of Saturdays, the 60th anniversary Doctor Who specials are releasing in the UK. I don't know when they'll be on Disney+, probably soon, if not the same day. I don't think we even know the times. But, unless that's, like, a really awkward time, I will be reviewing those as, like, a bit of an experiment. There's been a drive, or there's been a desire, clearly, from enough people to kind of branch out, cover other things, and there's been interest in Doctor Who specifically, that I'm going to give it a go. If reviewing Doctor Who goes well, I'll probably keep it up with, like, the Christmas special, then Season 1. Grumble, grumble.
Grumble, grumble?
Season 14, and look, it's good that on my channel...
Oh, are you talking about Who Dis?
Yeah, it's good on my channel that, it'll say Season 1, not 14, but, I get what they're doing. But anyway, if you don't know, the new season of Doctor Who is going to be called Season 1. But, yeah, I'll probably cover that. If it's kind of like Lower Decks, which ends up being hard for me to talk about a lot, I might not do it. I might just enjoy that on my own. We'll see how things go. But, yeah, I'm going to try those. And then afterwards, we'll see. I'll probably just go back to the watch-along. We'll see. I might shake things up. I might do them less frequently. I might ask if people want me to mix it up with TOS and, like, one of the other modern shows, or we go through multiple shows simultaneously, because at this rate, you know, it's going to be literal years, if not decades, till we get to, like, stuff like TNG, Deep Space Nine, heck, Voyager, Enterprise. Like, God, my kid could watch my Enterprise streams, and no, I don't have a kid, and Alex isn't pregnant. That's just how long it's gonna be. But, yeah, I did this poll. Oop. Yeah, I do need it to be in that tab. I did this poll, a while ago when I'm gonna be able to ramp up videos. I was like, what do people actually want me to do? Obviously, starships. That should not have been as surprising as it was. There's plenty of unreleased Eagle Moss ships I can review. That'll probably last a month or two, on their own. But, of course, there's a good amount of focus on people who want me to do the larger videos, which are like the episode guides, the Poorly Explains. The one I think I'm going to do is how does the Universal Translator work? That's going to be a main video once I get the office set up I want to work on. And they'll be in the format of the Poorly Explained, and that it'll be me sitting down in front of a camera, but also the edited things, because just anything else it would take way too long to work on. But also, there is equal interest in me doing the Star Trek, and not necessarily Star Trek. I have no plans to do anything else. I have some things I might do. Like, there's a Doctor Who idea I had floating around. I could probably do some Doctor Who Explain sort of things. But that was more meant as a guide of like, what is the interest in me branching out? Because there's a good in diversifying. There's reasons I don't want to do it and haven't branched out in the past. Practical reasons, but probably one of the bigger ones is just there's not really anything else I'm this passionate about. Doctor Who's probably going to get up there now that it's good again, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things go. Is after we watch the 60th, I might have a million Doctor Who ideas, and we'll go into that. And also, there was equal interest from the larger videos. I think this is 1 vote each, by the way. 7 votes. 1 divided by 7. Yeah, so I mean, this is 1 vote, 1 vote, 1 vote, 4 votes. But I teased, actually, there we go. Yes, one of the pugs has to wear a diaper. I teased this as I was moving. I was like, hey, it's a non-Star Trek thing. What do people think about reviewing some of my Lego sets? And 8 likes, which is actually that's a lot. People might just like the pictures, but that was so like, how are people into that? Because there's a way to diversify. I don't have really anything that I can review beyond starships, at least consistently. Maybe there are some individual items I can dig up. Yeah, I've got some individual things. We'll see. But that's a consistent. And so, I think what I want to do is, going forward,
Nope, that's my lap.
I'll probably try one of those Lego modulars a week. One or 2 starships a week. God, I can't remember my plan now. And then the goal was always kind of 1 big video a month. I don't know if I can do that. There wasn't really any interest in the Game Rant articles. I know this was a what do you want the most poll, and when on the actual Game Rant video, you know, the Defiant, poorly explained, not Defiant, you know, this one, there was a lot of interest in like, oh my gosh, you should do more of these. So I might experiment, put a few of those out. I mean, it did pretty good. Like 380 is pretty good. These are unreleased ships, you know, but that's up there with like the Alex reviews starships. Yeah, that did pretty good. So I might experiment with that. But the, you know, it'll be a focus on starships because that's what you want. I'll try constantly pushing towards those larger videos, and I'll experiment with some of these because I like those. And there's something I have enough passion about that I could, I think I could make into interesting little videos. And I tried before. There's a pet shop review on my channel, but yeah, we will see. I think then, I don't think there's anything else. You won't hear from me for a while. There'll probably be no video next week. Because I'll be moving into that office. If I might do something interesting on the weekend, I wouldn't hold your breath. But, yeah. Good season. I mean, there were some misses early on, or at least, like, I expected better from Lower Decks. But overall, that was a good season. It ended very well. The main thing, Mariner's arc, was probably developed the most of any season. I really like that. We finally have this resolution, this background to her character. I like what it was. I like how it fits into the Starfleet universe. I like how it answers some of those previous things we'd seen. Like with her on Deep Space Nine and the eras where she probably would have been in the Academy. It just worked very naturally. And I can't wait to see for season 5. I'm going to write a very snarky, well, Netflix is going to get my money, not you, note when I cancel my Paramount Plus subscription in a few days. And then I'm going to be really mad at myself for doing that if they cancel Lower Decks. That's what my life's going to look like. But, yeah, I guess. Thank you all for watching. Pretty soon, I will see you for Doctor Who. Does that mean I need to do a new logo? I don't know. We'll think about it. I like doing those logos. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.